And yeah, now let's get into the before to the compositing in the Photoshop. I wanted to talk about something which is a previous in my previous video I tried to do. I kind of forgot to mention, which is how to tweak the value of the existing texture in Blender building this shader node graph system, which is just Shift Control A, or I kind of forget. Yeah, Shift A, sorry, Shift A, and you can plus you can type in RGB curve. Then you can using this tool to adjusting the layer, adjusting the value of our texture. And as you can see, I make the castle brighter by this adjustment by this node. So yeah, I already render out of the image that we're going to compositing, which is the two lighting setting. One is just our standard lighting, and another one is the lighting with the light from the another taken this one from the right to project the lighting on on the left. So yeah, of course, right now actually the composition is bit non-balancing enough. So actually, I am doing another tweak later, but I kind of didn't record that. But basically, I'm just make the thing more symmetry. Really, that's what I'm just doing. Yeah, as you can see now, it's kind of the bit non-balanced, but yeah, we can fix that later. I think maybe we can. I would, you know, for example, later on we can re resample our composition later. But right now, what I try to do is just creating the first compositing between two picture, which is I wanted to using another layer to another render of different lighting setting to lighten up my picture. So creating this nice gradient between foreground is dark, midground is gray. Well, I'm repeating myself again, but really this is something I taking care a lot of at this stage, majority of time. And I know I want to sound the light from the right to project on the left, so I using normal map to select the face facing to the right, which is, as you can see, is in the our picture is the green color. So I go to RGB channel, I go to green channel, right click on the green channel, then I get a area that the face facing to the right, and I using ambient occlusion to darken some of the area. Just try to bring back the settled light on the foreground, because I wanted the foreground to be dark and to blocking the composition. So with too many lighting to cast on, it actually going to you know grab too much attention for this composition. I want basically I think perfect composition is like this mispass, which is kind of well kind of shame, because as a concept artist I kind of did a good job. Yeah, I beat by machine, but of course actually this mispass is setting by myself. So yeah, good job to me. And I try to separate the background and the well, not background. I try to separate the sky and other anything other than sky. And yeah, I started to tweaking the lighting here and there a little bit. Oh yeah, right now I am using MistPath to generating the atmosphere perspective, which is I using I well, if you see my previous tutorial, it's exactly the same thing. I make a MistPath. I use it as a tool, which is I changing the blending mode into lighten and tweak the opacity into 50. Like here, the setting is here, and I using curve to adjustment the value. Basically kind of like increasing or decreasing the strength of the fog. And now I do a reverse. I using this path to generating this the solution, the mask, the I want to select, I want to influence the foreground and make it darker, just and make them blending together. And yeah, I know I using color balance to bring some color to for my atmosphere perspective. Well, bring some color for my fog. And yeah, now I try to tweak the lighting and I later on decide not to do it. Yeah, I think what I try to do is to increasing the nice contrast between the face that facing to the right and I basically I wanted the nice separation between light and dark. Yeah, I tried to be changing the color of it. And now I'm continuing tweaking the color of the atmosphere. And yeah, adjusting the curve to make increasing the contrast. And I using ambient occlusion to I choosing the blending mode into multiply to darken some of the detail to increasing more dark detail. And yeah, I think I am I'm pretty much there. This picture looks quite readable. We got nice separation in the foreground, nice midground, nice background, and yeah, the overall grouping is pretty good. And now I'm trying to duplicating some texture to repair some of the weird stretches, which is I do it myself. It's just no one to blame, just all my fault. Just I creating a lot of weird stretch, which I can using another approach to avoid this kind of problem. But I it's just being lazy. I didn't do it, and now I'm doing again. I'm doing another weird stretch, and later I noticed, yes, that's pretty weird. I should finding way the better way to do it. Especially this arch is in the very much the center of our conversation. It's like everything I do previously is try to leading your eye to see this center part. So I noticed here is something for sure I shouldn't mess around. Yeah, there's a bit more over exposure. I try to bring back, and I turn back to all the layer and yeah, I would do. I think I would do um the pan over later. But yeah, in this chapter, I am pretty happy about this result, and yeah, let's see you in the next chapter, which is our final chapter.